how to make each Gypsy Jazz chord sound awesome. My name is Nolan, and in this series of videos I'm answering your questions on playing Gypsy Jazz guitar. And this week I got a question from Tom, who was wondering about which strings to leave out, which strings to play on different chords. So for example, you know, like, do you play the whole chord through, or you just play the bottom four strings? When to do that, why, and etc. So here's a couple of pointers with that. If you're playing if you're playing this chord shape, A, F sharp, C, which is the classic easiest Gypsy Jazz voicing to start with, obviously you only want to hear those three notes in the chord. You don't want to hear the other notes on the guitar ring out. So these fingers mute those strings to make sure that you only hear the three notes in the chord, and that's what makes it tight and punchy and makes it, you know, if you're both, you know, it's not swinging as much. But if you have a chord, if you have a bigger chord like this, for example, like this A6 chord, A, E, C sharp, and F, then you want to make sure you hear that. You don't want to hear the top E string, but then you're going to hear these notes. It's got it's got more notes in it across the board. And for example, if you're playing a regular bar chord, which I think sound great in Gypsy Jazz for a major chord. So let's say you're an A. It's your discretion, but say we're playing something like Django's Tiger, which is that tune. You might use this chord, but you maybe wouldn't go. You probably would just play the bottom four strings, so A, E, A, C sharp, and then it'd sound more like a... So like, it basically sounds more growly and more compact, and just kind of facilitates playing rhythm more in the style than playing the whole chord like that. When I would play the whole chord would be if you're playing a ballad like Nuage, and first chord B flat minor 7 to E flat 7. I would like any chord that I can make sound more beautiful and let the chord tones ring, then I would do that. So ring. But if you're playing swing, you might just play the bottom three. So when you're playing a ballad, let all those strings, use as many colors as you can in a chord. When you're playing a faster tempo, I find that the smaller voicings work better, and therefore less strings being played. So there's just a few tips. I think the basic rule for me is that when you're playing a swing tune, you want to keep if the tempo's kind of moving, you want to keep the voicings small, closed and crunchy, and don't let lots of other strings ring on. But if you're playing a ballad or a slower tune, then let the chord ring. So then play through the chord, look for those lush chords that make it sound better. There's a couple of tips for that. If you've got a question about playing Gypsy Jazz guitar, then fire away. questions@gypsyjazzsecrets.com, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and give us a like and share this video with your friends. Look forward to seeing you in another video really soon. Hey, it's Robin. Did you like that lesson? If you did, you can do three things right now to continue your journey into Gypsy Jazz. Number one, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I hope you do, because every week I can send you a new video answering your questions into Gypsy Jazz guitar playing. Number two, you can download your free issue of Gypsy Jazz Guitar Secrets magazine, and you can do that by clicking here or going to gypsyjazzsecrets.com. And number three, you can check out my Gypsy Jazz Transfusion Club, and you can do that by going here, clicking on the button, or go to gypsyjazztransfusionclub.com. So if you'd like to do any of that, just click on these buttons, and I look forward to seeing you in another video really soon.